Hey, it's your girl Monique 69 Ways, and I'm here to talk about Young, Famous, and African season 3, episodes 1 and 2. Let me just say, episodes 1 and 2, I was thoroughly entertained. I would have to say, and I was more entertained than some of those housewives and love and marriage shows that I watch, and one of them I do a review on. So yeah, I was entertained with this one. So season 3 started off uh with what's her name getting married. What's her name? Zari. Zari is getting married, and we don't know who she's getting married to, but we see the people who she invited to her wedding. And we saw Annie. Annie is back. Yeah, so Annie is back, and she invited Annie. Annie don't know why, because they have their own contentions with each other of not getting along. So she's shocked by this invitation, but even though she's shocked by the invitation, she still decided to go to Zari wedding. And in my opinion, I like Annie with short hair. I mean, I don't mind the wigs, the lace fronts, or what have you, but I guess the way she styled it is just not doing it for me. I like her with short hair. Yeah, so we see Annie, she's, on her way to Zari's wedding, and we also see Fantana and Nadia linking up together on their way to Zari's wedding as well. Um Fantana is kind of shocked by the invitation as well, due to Fantana was dealing with Diamond, which is Zari's baby daddy. So it's like, wow. So she decides to go, and she's going with Nadia. So yeah, interesting, right? So they're talking about that, and on their way to the wedding. So they looked nice. Everyone, for the most part, everyone looked nice. This is a good looking cast. I would have to say, sometimes the wig on some of them, mm, no, on the ladies, okay. And then I guess because I forgot that Annie and Nadia don't get along due to Nadia's friends with Swanky. Annie got into Swanky. They did not leave on good accord. And I think I heard one time Annie was talking. She said it been a year or two since that incident happened. So Nadia and Annie still got beef, basically. And she was asking is she was being messy. I guess they was in like a car service or a limo. I forgot what kind of car, but it was being messy, and said, "Is Andy coming?" And they was laughing. And what else happened? They got to the venue. We also saw, what's his name, DJ Naked and Kay Kayla. Look, some of these names I'm gonna butcher up. Cause it's a lot of them. It's not like a small cast, so I might be getting people confused with one another. So forgive me, okay? And I call myself taking a little note. Um, so we saw Annie. I think everyone was there except and Louis, Janek, Kayla. Everyone was there. Invited. Everyone showed up to the wedding except for, of course, Diamond. And yeah, so this episode we also got introduced to Zari, soon to be husband, Shakib. I think he's from Uganda and he's 23 or 27. So basically, they said, because Annie and them, they was like talking amongst each other and talking about her soon to be husband is younger than Zari. So they was being messy with that, and also especially Annie. you know, when it comes to like age difference, some are more judgmental than others. It might be a problem for some. Yeah, but nonetheless, the man is younger than Zari. I don't even know how old Zari is. I really don't care. Like, as long as he's legal age and he make you happy, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make each other happy, I guess. Because 23, 27 is not bad. It's young, definitely young. You need more experience. Well, some do. And then some are, more mature than others at the age. Um, Zari, oldest son, her first son, came over to the cast who was there already, greeted them and walked the cast over to the ceremony section. Annie messy behind her confessional talking about, oh, that's Zari's son. Oh, and he like, she got a big son, like a grown son. I'm like, yeah, I didn't realize her first son is that grown or grown looking. I don't know how old he is, but yeah. Then we see a scene with DJ Naked talk to the groom to be, Shakib. Basically he an entrepreneur, he a content creator. He's something. I forget what he does, but they did pop up on the screen what he does, but he successful in what he do. Yeah, so DJ went over there to talk to Shakib. He talked to Shakib, had opened up to DJ Naked about Zari and Diamond's dynamic, because he asked, does Zari and Diamond still got something going on? I'm like, you do this moments before you about to walk down the aisle. It's crazy. I mean, I understand you want to know because uh history serves in season 1, I guess, or whatever. Zari and Diamond have this on and off thing they got between the two. So even though like they have like 2 children together, so but still, like, you about to get married to this woman who still have this, who might be still hung up on her baby daddy. But and it's a good thing to ask. I mean, I'll find nothing wrong in asking, but not moments before you about to marry this woman. Okay. He just said how the touchy feely between the two is disrespectful, and I agree. Like, you the new man, you about to be the new husband. That's highly disrespectful in my opinion. And Annie, and then we get back to where their guests are sitting for the ceremony, and Annie is looking around and saying Zari is a fan because that Annie had did her vow renewal to her husband she with for so many years. And she said, Zari is a fan. She said that in her confessional or in her, yeah, she just said that Zari is a fan. I'm like, okay, cool. Here comes the shade. And then Annie Messy has also said she was sitting there with Fantana and them and Nadia, that Shakib and Zari oldest son looked like the same age, because we saw Shakib got in position. And then Annie had the nerve during the ceremony part that to approach Nadia. about taking Swanky's side. It was so inappropriate. It was so embarrassing. Like, I got stuck in his bedroom. Like, why is this? This is not the time, Annie. This is not the time to be talking or approaching Nadia about what happened last time. You got the reception for that, okay? But nonetheless, I mean, it was just not the right time. The wedding, the ceremony part, or the reception part would be the right time because you be like ruin someone's wedding. So yeah, Annie, wrong road, wrong road, wrong road. Okay, that's all I kept saying. Like, no, stop, please don't abort mission. We also get a confessional from Zari said she invited Diamond because they had like when they get to the reception part after the nuptial part of the ceremony, you get to the reception, then we see the tables, how everybody sit. Everybody have a name placement. And we saw Diamond name there. I'm like, oh, she invited him? I found it weird. My ex, who I always had this on off thing with, even though you got 2 kids with him, don't mean you have to invite him to your nuptials. I'm just saying, I don't get nope. I don't. Yeah, it was a place called Hoarder right there for Diamond. I'm like, did she really invite him? I couldn't believe it. It couldn't be me though. I was like, oh wow. I mean, because all the cast noticed it. You see Swanky there. You know, Swanky and Andy just been cordial for the most part, even though Swanky said he moved on, like Maya, and Annie kind of still, with Swanky. Swanky did say that he's in therapy and he ain't got time for narcissistic friends or something like that. Also, yeah, Lewis, I be forgetting about him. He was at the ceremony. He pointed out a woman, Zoa, who is older than him. Is they talking? I guess he introduced like his girlfriend, or they dating or something. They talking, nonetheless. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, he like older women. Yeah, so the older woman he was talking about, officiate the wedding between Zari and Shakib. Swanky invited a +1. Her name is Kafile, and they call her Kefi. I guess for short. That's Swanky friend and his +1. And Zari said she noticed that, but she didn't want to bring it up during or make a scene during her wedding reception because he like. Cause in her head, I guess she was like, "Who he invite to my, I guess, small intimate wedding or whatever." And she said he didn't ask, and she didn't give her blessing. Yada yada yada. And then we get a scene with Diamond, talking to DJ Naked because they met up somewhere. I forget what they met up at. And he's like, "What happened? Where were you while you was at the wedding?" And Diamond was looking like, "I was not invited." He knew what happened. He heard about it happening, but he was not invited. He like, "I ain't get no invitations." And Naked was like, "We saw your name." "Yes, you did. You saw your name." I'm like, that don't mean nothing. I mean, she could have been messy, just said like pretend like she invited him, but she really didn't, for TV purposes. And we get he explained what happened. Diamond explained to Naked what happened between him and Zari, and they got onto social media. You got the what's her name, Fantana thing, and the social media stuff, and it had blew up, and Zari had counseled him from the family, aka like not having a relationship with his kids. I'm like, she cancels you from your family. I don't know. I'm in America. I don't know. You better like take this shit to court or something. Like, if you really want to see your kids, you have many ways to do so. If that one parent is acting a fool, take their ass to court or something. He said he there for his kids, like financially still. So I'm like, yeah, but spending time is more better than just being, financial provider. And um and then he said Diamond never met Shiki. I mean, she counts you from family. Of course, you didn't meet her new husband. Um, Diamond said he's not jealous. He said if he could have his family back in the snap of a finger. He said that his confessional, honey, and he was so confident when he said it. I was like, oh really? It was just like, oh yeah, this is some messy. This is a messy stuff. He said that's how confident he is in his, you know. I'm like, what's up with these ladies with Diamond? I'm like, he look like a shorty. He must be the gravity below must be ah okay. He must be working with something. Zari met up with Kayla, or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I know it's a naked wife. Met up with her, and Zari expressed how she wants to get to know Annie this time around because Annie did, it seemed like, drunkenly made a speech at the reception. It was kind of weird though, and she said she want to start over, be bygones, and she just hope she's happy and in love. It was just a weird moment for Annie. I don't know what's up with Annie. It seemed like she couldn't contain herself at times. I'm like, is y'all good or is y'all not? Because that speech was horrible. Um, and at the same time, when this scene was going on, they show a scene of Annie meet up with Fantana for lunch. Like she said, Annie said she wanted to get to know Fantana because they don't know each other, I guess. And even though she said she wanted to get to know her, but when Fantana got there, Annie just went on a whole uh emotional dump on to Fantana about um Swanky and the whole Nadia thing and stuff like that. And it was just like he not to be trusted, whatever, and people in Lagos want to jump him. It was just bad, mm, like he's not to be trusted. It was just, I'm not people in Lagos want to jump him. He can't come through. It was just, I'm like, I'm like, this for real? Or is she making it up? Embellishing, I should say. And then Fantana confessional, like, she telling me all this. I thought we supposed to get to know each other, but she dumping this all up on me, that I'm gonna go back and tell Swanky. I'm like, yeah, we know. This how this reality TV friends group circle stuff works. Bone carrying. You gotta do the little bone carrying. Um, we also get a scene where Nadia met up with Kafile. They talk about Annie. She talked about Annie to the new girl, and I'm like, I just wish y'all would not do that to the new people in the group, because it's like you trying to put your point of view of this one person on this new person, I should say, about another person who they don't really know, and you trying to like sway them to your side without getting to know the person legitimately on their own, of course. So you trying to put your thoughts, your feelings onto this new person in the group about someone that's already in the group. It's not cool, it's not right, but it happens on reality TV more often than not, and also in real life. So yeah, I just wish people don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, let Kefi, getting to know people on her own and not giving your opinion of these people, not letting her go by the opinion of these people. I mean, your opinion of these people. Okay. I made some little notes. They're a little janky, but at the end of episode 1, we did get a meet up with Kafile. I guess she had a gathering at this outside place. I don't know what the place called, but it's beautiful nonetheless. Nice. Like tables, and it was just nice. It was just, yeah, it was gorgeous. I think it's the same place was already her wedding. Somebody had their wedding. I think it's the same place. Annie and Nadia got into it because first Annie showed up, and they was showed up first. Then Nadia showed up, and then they got into it. It was just bad. And Kafile was just sitting there like, oh my, how did we get 0 to 100 real quick? That's basically what happened. They were just going back and forth. It was just the same old about taking sides of Swanky and how she Annie felt about that and all that good stuff. And that's what the episode 1 ended. And then episode 2 picked up where we left off. So Annie decided to leave after that blow up with Nadia and stuff like that, and the way they talking to each other and names being called, they being called out each other's name. It was just a mess in my opinion. So Annie decided she gonna exit stage left. So she did not stay. I thought she went out and took a breather and she was gonna come back, but nope, she left completely. Episode 2, this one Lewis. After that blow up, Lewis showed up, and in his confessional, he said he not tolerate no BS this year from these people, and he want to get to know Kefe, who is 34 by the way, and I think Lewis is what 20 something, 28. I don't know how old the man is, but they all look good to me. Beautiful cast. His stage name is Golden Boy Lewis. We also see that Lewis tried to get with Kefe, and by this time, I think Nadia said that Fantana is here, so she went out to go greet Fantana before they came to the table, and Nadia had to tell Fantana about what just happened between her and Annie. And then Fantana had told Nadia about what Annie said about what's his name, Swanky and stuff like that. Yeah. So Lewis got a crush on Kefe. I'm like, and he's still crushing on Fantana. I forgot to say that when they was at the wedding. He's still holding feelings for that. He's still crushing on Fantana. And when he said he got a crush and he's interested in pursuing Kafile, I'm like, you just was at the wedding, like Fantana said, like, didn't you just introduce the officiant as your girlfriend or someone you dating? I guess Lewis. I guess. I'm like, you trying to be a playboy? You trying to be a player, or just trying to keep all your options open? Like, what's going on? And then Zari and her husband, Shakib, had showed up. So those like the only ones who showed us. Shakib, Zari, I mean Lewis, Nadia, Fatana. Annie did show up, but she decided to leave after her blow up with Nadia. That's the only people that show up. Other people, then I don't think probably made it. I don't think, as far as memory serves me. So Zaria approached no, Zaria kind of confronted in a way Khalifa about her walking in late to her reception as Swanky plus one. Because, like I said, episode one, Zari kind of felt the way about that. Swanky didn't tell her that this new lady is coming to her ceremony. I mean, her reception. Um, Khalifa, what's her name? Oh, Kefi, not Khalifa. Kefi said that she didn't want attention. She was trying to walk in without drawing attention to herself because I guess Swanky was supposed to meet her out in the front. She was trying to contact him, supposed to meet her out in the front and bring her in that way instead of her just, walking in like she knows already. So yeah. And she just didn't like Kefi didn't like how Zari was approaching it like she did it on purpose and like she have an attitude about it. If she do have attitude, she should take it up with Smikey for sure. Shakib put Lewis on blast about he want Kafali how he wants to pursue her. So Shakib put him on blast. Fantana said Lewis like everybody. It's starting to look that way because you have a roster right now of people you like or crushing on who you want to try to pursue in some form of fashion. And then Lewis and Fantana, now they got into it about it. Now they throwing insults during this argument. Cause I don't think Lewis like how they put him on blast and Fantana really put him on blast because Fantana know that Lewis was crushing on her and trying to pursue her while I guess she was dealing with Diamond. But she decided, deal with Diamond. Now they throwing insults on each other about their profession. Music ain't selling. It was just bad. It was just terrible. So Nadia had to get in between them because mind you, Lewis and Santana, they were sitting next to each other, okay? So Nadia had to get in between them. Sat in between them. And then we get a scene where Zari asks Shakib to meet Diamond. That she thinks that Shakib should meet Diamond. And I said, yeah. Should have met him before you said I do, in my opinion, but nonetheless. Because Shakib is around Diamond's children. And Shakib said he wants to set boundaries. Because he did mention that, how they are touchy-feely. Even he said that to Zari. I'm like, okay, he just not saying it to other people. So he is saying this to his wife. Like, he's uncomfortable. And rightfully so, in my opinion. He just said they need to set boundaries. And I agree. Fantana met up with Diamond. Diamonds and his swag and his ego and all that good stuff. She met up with him. I guess they was on like a rooftop or whatever. I thought he was in the studio. I guess they went on the rooftop. I don't know. And I guess they were supposed to eat. And she's Diamond is still upset with Fantana is still upset with Diamond. And because I guess she put herself in the middle between him and I guess how he acted for being Diamond is like this playboy. He's like not I guess, tied down in titles to someone. But he always gonna have this love for his baby mama Zari. He's always gonna come back to Zari for some reason. She expressed how she felt, and he talking that slick shit, and basically the night ended with her, I guess, somewhat forgiving him about how things went down, because she got into social media stuff with Zari, and how he talking about the relationship like it's not a thing, like that wasn't a thing. It was just, yeah. Basically, she folded and they left, and he said, "You want some cookies?" And they left. So I guess they went to go do what to do. I'm like, ooh, she is so weak. I just said, ooh, girl, you folded so quick. Because it's just not the social media stuff with Zari. It's also him having a girlfriend in Tanzania. I forgot about that part. I just remembered. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about the girlfriend, allegedly girlfriend in Tanzania. He says it's not the girlfriend, it's the artist. It was, yeah. Like I said, she folded. It's easily that could be easily said that young lady was an artist, in my opinion. Moving on. So Kefe talked to Swanky about her event and how everybody was like, mostly the whole table was getting into it, how she felt about Zari approaching her about her being Swanky plus one, and how Lewis and Fantana got to it. She said it was just an awful start to get to know these people in this group, in this friend group. So, and I agree, because that was not that was not a pleasant gathering of trying to get to know them on her part. We get a scene with Diamond and Zari met up, and Zari and the kids met up with Diamond. So he finally gets to see his kids. I guess she uncounseled him. And Zari is trying to set boundaries about, their own their interaction with each other, I should say. Because she is a married woman now. She has a new husband, so they definitely have to set boundaries with that. And she mad at Diamond for basically pillow talking with Fantana, and then the whole social media stuff. So we back at that. We still talking about that, which caused the stuff back for Fantana, which caused her to cut Diamond off from the family. So then we get to see what and then also she said you should meet up with her husband Shakib, and that's that. Zaria and Nadia, Zari, Nadia, and Swinky met up for lunch. To talk about Annie, because Fantana told, I guess, them that Annie had some words to say about, Swanky and stuff like that. And then we get a scene of Kefe and Annie met up. Annie met Kefe at her house, trying to get to know her. And I guess they first bonded on being parents. And stuff like that. And she said Nadia is going through a lot, according to Annie, about her music. Her music ain't selling, so she gonna get her grace. She decides she gonna get her grace and all that stuff, and just let it go. I'm like, are you? I don't know. That's not. I have a feeling that's not gonna last long. Okay, because Annie be saying one thing and then another setting is not. I be like, Annie girl. Zari said that Annie should worry about her husband procreating all over the world, because it was allegedly that he has 20 kids all over the continent of Africa. I don't know that to be true, so yeah. I remember they saying something like that in the past, past season, but Yeah. Nadia told Swanky what Fantana told her about what Annie said, that he can't be trusted. Then we get a scene with Sakib and Diamond. Interesting. It was an interesting thing because to kind of find out Shakib said he met Diamond like 10 years ago or so. And then they show like a flash of a photo. So Shakib said he's a fan of Diamond. I'm like, oh snap. So you started off as a fan. And Shakib requested him to stop making subtle advances at Zari. So we trying to get the boundaries straight. So yeah. I'm like, not Shakib being a fan, and then now you marrying his mother, his children. I just found it interesting and comical at the same time. Like, dang. I agree about setting boundaries and stop making subtle advances at Zari. She's a married woman now, so. And then what I put? And then somehow a subject will come about that Zari want another baby. This is what it kind of got. I had to go back. It kind of got messy. I was like, she want a baby. And then Shakib opened up about them trying to have one, and they've been trying, and nothing happened. And then Diamond said that Zari said they want another baby. He said he can do that for her. But now she's married to Shakib and about surrogacy and stuff like that. And about text messages or messages or something. And he said, and Diamond said, he told this to Shakib that to ask Zari to show you the messages, I guess, between them two about this situation of having another baby together or something. It was just a sensitive subject because I guess Shakib is having a hard time giving Zari what she want, which is another baby. I guess they try and have another baby, but not if she asking Diamond for another child. It was just, I don't know. It just, if y'all made sense of that, let me know down in the comments, please, and thank you. So hopefully they can do surrogate if they can't do it naturally. Then we get to Kayla party. Zari admitted to Kayla that now she has an issue with Annie. Oh yeah, because also when they went to lunch was Zari, Nadia, and Swanky went to lunch. I forgot to mention that Nadia gave Zari the 411 that Annie was saying some slick shit about how her husband is young in front of her children. I guess I'm like, but he is young. That's a fact. He is young. She didn't really say too much. She just said he is young, like you and like your husband and your. Well, she did kind of get messy. She did say that your husband and your son could be out clubbing together, basically. Hilarious. But yeah, so she just said your husband was young, but she did say it in a shady way and a little extra here and there. So I guess, but is it to like destroy her with? No. Because she did approach, because we are at Kayla's party, and the way Zaria was going off on Annie, it was just crazy, you know. And this is, I guess, Kayla's supposed to be your friend, but you really making a scene, because it was just a lot. And then we got Swanky there, and I think Nadia Fantana came. And then Fantana told Swanky what Annie said. Everybody blew up at the table. It ended where Zari and Annie going back and forth, and Annie had the nerve to tell Swanky, "Are you just gonna sit there and let this happen?" I'm like, "But girl, Annie, hello, Annie, are you okay? You the same one that's going around saying that Swanky can't be trusted. Now you asking him to speak up for you. You asking for his help to speak up for you in that moment. It's just, it was entertaining. It was a lot going on. Got a lot of information. What's going on in this friend group is messy nonetheless, but it's entertaining. I give them that they are entertaining to me. Yeah, so that's how basically the episode ended. We still at Kayla party. It seems like they can never have a good time somewhere. It's like it's always got to have something coming up. And Annie is the common denominator in most situations. People got a problem with Annie. And I guess Annie said she's not gonna be fake for nobody. So I guess. Yeah. So that was Young, Famous African episodes 1 to 2. That's my recap review. Let me know your thoughts below. If you made it to this part of the video, make sure you like and subscribe. And let me know your thoughts on episodes 1 and 2. Are you entertained? I know I am. I'm enjoying it. And I will see y'all for episodes 3 and 4. So bye.